Hello everyone, welcome to WebDev Audio. In today's video, we're going to build a group video and audio call application using ZEGOCLOUD and Next.js 15, the latest version of the Next.js. First, let me show you a short demo of this application. So first we have this text title, and then we have an input box where we can enter a room ID. So let's enter a room ID, and if I click here to join, this will redirect us to this beautiful page, and this is entirely based on the ZEGOCLOUD. And here you can create your name, and you can turn on your camera if you want, and you can turn on your microphone if you want. So for now I'm going to turn off the camera and microphone, and then you can see here we have a link that you can share with other people. So first let's join here. Now you can see we're in the room page, and this is the video call. So now here you can also turn on your camera if you want, you can turn on your microphone if you want, and you can share your screen, which is awesome. So you will get every feature here. You can change your setting, you can change your audio and video, and you can change your layout also. Here you can see how many people join the video call. You can send messages here, which is awesome. So for now let's copy this link, and let's go to the incognito window, and let's join with another person. Let's join with another name like Naruto, and let's click here to join. Now you can see we have two people, and let's copy the link again to join with another incognito window, so that we have three people. Now let's join with another name, for example Aaron, and click here to join. Now we have three people in our group call. So here you can see the people here, and you can send messages, and other people will see your messages. For like here you can see the message, hi everyone, and this is sent by Aaron, and here you can see the time also. So this is awesome. You can add more people here if you want. So this is a very exciting project and very advanced feature that you can add in your project to make it great. So now let's leave from here, return to the home screen, and let's back, remove this incognito window, and leave from here. So this is our project. So in this video we are going to build this amazing group call feature using ZEGOCLOUD. Now let me introduce you to the ZEGOCLOUD. For this I am going to open their website. So what is ZEGOCLOUD? ZEGOCLOUD is a global communication service provider which provides us developer-friendly and powerful SDK and APIs to build many communication features on their app, such as video call, chat, voice conference, live streaming, etc. Now, if I show you their products, they have video call, voice call, live streaming, in-app chat, cloud recording, AI effect, superboard, digital human, and a lot of communication feature that you can implement in your project with low cost. So if I scroll here, you can see they have 20 plus UI kit, 50 plus component ready to use, and you can implement this with very low code and easily using their call kit. And when you sign up with their services, you will get 10,000 free minutes, which is awesome. And you can build many amazing communication feature using this free minutes and add to your resume. So in this project we are going to use their video call services to create a group call application, and all the links will be given in the description, so you can easily sign up to their website. So please check the link in the description below. Now let's sign up with ZEGOCLOUD. So to sign up, click here to the sign up button. It will redirect you to a sign up form page. So here you have to put your information to create a account. So I'm going to put my first name, my last name, then I'm going to select my country, then I'm going to put my email. Now you have to click here to get a verification code in your email, and then you have to put this verification code here to create your account. And before that, click here to the privacy and policy terms. Now click here to get a code. So now I'm going to put my verification code here, and after putting the password I'm going to click here to start the free trial. After completing the sign up process you will get 10,000 free minutes, and this is awesome. By using this minute, you can create different types of communication application using this ZEGOCLOUD, and it's completely free. Now click here to go to dashboard. So our sign up process is completed. Now we are going to set up a Next.js 15 project. So for this, I'm going to create a new folder here, and I'm going to name it Jigo Audio Video App. Now I'm going to open this with Visual Studio Code. And then I'm going to open a new terminal here. And I'm going to use npx create next app at the rate latest, and I'm going to use a dot slash so that all the packages are installed in our Jigo audio video app folder. So now I'm going to hit enter. Now it asked us, would you like to use TypeScript? No, we are not going to use TypeScript for this project. So hit enter, and we are going to use ESLint. We are going to use tailwind CSS. We do not need the source directory. We are going to use the app router, and this is new for Next.js 15. This is the turbo pack, and this is entirely for the development. So this will speed up your development process, and it will not affect your project in the deployment or anything like that. So let's use this turbo pack for faster development, and we do not need to customize or import aliases. So hit enter. So now this will install all the necessary package for our Next.js 15 project. So let's wait some time to complete the installation. Our installation is complete. Now let's set up our project. So first let's go to your tailwind config and remove this extend part because we do not need it here. And then this app is our main folder where we are going to work, and then we have this global.css. So remove all of this because we do not need it. Then go to the layout.js. So this layout is the overall layout for your project. For example, if you add a navbar here, and then we have the children and then the footer, then what will happen in this project, if you create any pages, it will have this navbar and footer attached to it. So this will uh, work as a overall wrapper of our project. So here what we are going to do is we are going to change our metadata. So let's change it to something like Jigo Cloud Group Call Application. And this metadata is very important for SEO purposes. And here we do not need to customize our fonts here. It's okay. And then this page.js is our main page. So if you go to the localhost 3000, this page will appear. So I'm going to remove all of this here, and I'm going to use a shortcut here called RAFCE to create a component boilerplate, and I'm going to name it homepage. So if you're wondering how I do this shortcut, so to perform this shortcut, you need to install a extension, and the extension name is this one, ES7 React Redux React Native Snippet. By installing this extension, you can use this shortcut. And this is our home page. So let's add a tailwind class name to see if our tailwind is working or not. So let's use text 8xl and hit save. And now let's run this. So npm run dev, and as soon as I run the project, you can see it's Next.js turbo pack. So it's using that turbo pack for faster development. So now let's go to our project. Let's go to our browser and go to the localhost 3000. Now you can see we have our large text. That means our tailwind is working properly. So our setup is completed. Now we are going to start implementing our project. So for this, the first div have a class name of I12 screen. It will be flex. Items will be center. It will be flex in column direction, and justify center. Then inside this div, we're going to have a h1 with the text group video call application using. Then we have a break tag, which is a self-closing tag, and then here we have a span, and inside this we have ZEGOCLOUD. Now this h1 will have a class name of text will be 27 pixel. Then we have margin bottom of 1 rem. Then in medium screen text will be 35 pixel. In large screen text will be 50 pixel, and text will be in center. Font will be bold, and then we have leading of 4 rem. That's it. And then this span tag will have a class name of bg blue 900, and text will be white. Px will be 2, py will be 1, margin top will be 2, margin bottom will be 2, it will be block, width will be feet, and mx will be auto. Now if I hit save, and here you can see we have a beautiful title, which is video group video call application using ZEGOCLOUD. And one thing we can do here is make it uppercase. Now if I hit save, and now it looks cool. Next we have a input box. So after this h1 we'll have an input with type text. We do not need the name and value, and this will be a self-closing. And here we will have a type of text, and then we have a placeholder, which is enter room id. So basically in this input box we are going to enter a room id, and then hit enter to go to the room page where the user and other member can join to the meeting. And after the placeholder we have a class name of px of 8, py will be 3.5, width will be 40%, rounded will be lg, outline will be none, and then we have bg gray 300. Let's hit save, and here you can see we have our input field for entering the room ID. Next we will have a link which is coming from our next link, and this link, the href, will be, we're going to use a template literal, and this one will be room slash and then the room ID. So we're going to use room ID. So for now we don't have the room ID variable or this page implement. For now let's remove this. We're going to add this later. So inside this link we'll have a button, and this button will have the text join, and this button will have a class name of px will be 8, py will be 2, block width will be full, rounded will be large, bg will be blue, 900, 800, and text will be white, margin top will be 4, and in hover bg will be blue 950. We're going to use the transition, and a duration will be 200 milliseconds. Now if I hit save and if I go here, so it says that we need the href. So let's give this a href for now. Let's make it a hash for now. Now if I hit save, now you can see we have our join button, which looks very nice. Next what we need to do is we need to collect the input from our user. So the room ID user enter, we need to store it. So for this we are going to use the use state, and for Next.js every component is a server component, and in server component you cannot use any kind of hooks. So to use hooks you need to convert your component a client component. So how you can convert a server component to a client component? It's very easy. You just need to use the use client at the top. That's it. Now our component is a client component. So now let's use the use state. So const room ID and set room ID, and we're going to use state, and initially this will be an empty string. Now in the input box we are going to use a value. The value will be room ID, and in the on change, so on change we are going to get a event, and we are going to set our room ID to e.target.value. That's it. Now if I hit save, and let's console log the room ID, console log room ID. Now if I hit save and if I inspect, and in the console if I write like my name, here you can see we have our input, our room ID. So that's cool. Next what we are going to do is when the user click on the join button, we are going to redirect the user to a room page. So for this we are going to use a template literal. So when they click on the join button, they will first go to the room slash, and this one will be room ID. That's it. Now when user click on the join, it will go to the room page. So for this we need to create a room page. So in Next.js 15, to create a dynamic route, so as you can see here we need to get the room ID which is dynamic. So what we need to do is we first create a folder called room. So this will add the slash room in our URL. Then inside this we are going to create a dynamic route, which is room ID. Now inside this we are going to create a page dot js, and I'm going to use RAFC to create the component boilerplate and make this room page and hit save. So this is our room page. Now how can we get the room ID here? So this is the main question here. In Next.js 14 we get the params, we get the room ID which is a params in synchronous way, but in Next.js 15 it's a asynchronous, so we need to use async way to get the params and its val. So how we can do this, let's see. So to get the params we need to convert this into an async function, and here we're going to receive our params, and then what we need to do is we need to use const and room ID, and we're going to await our params and then dot room ID. So this is the name you give here, so room ID. Now let's console log our room ID. Now if I hit save and let's give this a room, so click here to join, and now we are in the room page, and here you can see we have our console log which is my name as the room ID. So this is awesome. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create a room component. So for this, in outside the in the root directory we are going to create a component folder, components, and inside this we are going to create a room dot js, and I'm going to use RFC to create the component boilerplate, and then we're going to add this in our page. So here we will have our room, and we're going to pass the room ID as a props. So room ID. So that's it. Now we're going to work on our room component. So here we'll receive our room ID. Let's log here. So log room ID, and if I hit save, and here you can see we have our name as a room ID. So our props is passing correct. Now we are going to work on our room page. Now let's go to the ZEGOCLOUD documentation. So this is the documentation page, and it is very easy documentation. You can just read it and you will understand everything here, and this is that easy. So here you can see we have in the call kit, and we select the web.js and we use the npm package manager. Next what we need to do is we need to install this ZEGOCLOUD SDK. So we need to run this command npm I at the red ZEGOCLOUD slash ZEGO UI kit prebuild dash dash set. So let's copy this and go to our code and split the terminal and paste it here and hit enter. This will install the ZEGOCLOUD UI kit prebuild in our project. So it's complete. Next what we need to do is we need to import this ZEGO UI kit prebuild. So let's copy this one and paste it here. So here we are importing this ZEGO UI kit prebuild from ZEGOCLOUD slash ZEGO UI kit prebuild, the package that we installed. Next what we need is, so this is a function that generate a random ID. So let's copy this one. So copy this one and paste it here. So this is just a simple function that generate a random ID. So you can just copy it here and it will give you some random ID based on the length you send here. Next what we need is we need to create a function. So let's create an asynchronous function here. So const, let's name it my meeting, and This one will be an async function that will receive an element, and then inside this what we need is, so if I go here, you can see we need app id and server secret. So let's copy these two here and paste it here. So we need an app id and server secret. So now the question is how you will get this app id and server secret. So to get the app id and server secret, you need to go to your ZEGOCLOUD dashboard. So when you in the dashboard, you have to click this create your project. So click here, and we're going to use the video and voice call. So click here and then click here to next, and then give your project a name. For me, I'm going to give this Jigo group call, and then we're going to start with UI kit. So click here. Now this will create your project. So let's wait some time to complete creating the project. So the project is created successfully. Next, click here to go back, and here you can see the project you created, which is Jigo group call. So just click here, and here you will get your app id and then server secret. So now what I'm going to do is, in my project I'm going to create a environment file, so which is .env .local, and here I'm going to create two next public app id and then next public server secret. So then I'm going to go ahead. So this is our app id and this is the server secret. So I'm not going to show you my server secret here. When you create your own project, you will get a app id and server secret. So just copy these two and paste it here in your environment variable. So I'm quickly do this, and then I'm going to create the other part of the project. So let's copy this to environment variable first. So I copy my environment variable in our end.local file where we have our app id and server secret. Now I am going to put it here. So we're going to use process.end.next public app id, and the app id need to be a number, so we're going to use this plus sign to convert this into a number. Next, for the server secret, I am going to copy this term, paste it here, and this one will be next public server secret. That's it. Next, what we need to do is, if I go to the documentation, here you can see we need to create a kit token. So let's copy this. So copy this and paste it here. So this one is creating a kit token. Here we pass the random id, and then this is the room id that we are receiving here. So that's how we are going to generate a kit token. So after generating the kit token, what we need to do is we need to create a instance of our kit token. So let's copy this and paste it here. So we are using this Jigo UI kit prebuild dot create, and we are passing our kit token to generate a Jigo UI, generate a instance of our Jigo Cloud. So next what we are going to do is, let's copy this part and first paste it here, and then I'm going to explain to you what this is. So here we are using this join room method, and then the container will be element, and this shared link is for sharing your room to other. So this will generate a link that you can share to your other member who will join your group call. So here you can see the name will be personal link. You can name it anything you want. The URL will be window.location.protocol. This is basically the URL making process. So you can just copy it here. And then this is the important part, the scenario. In the scenario, we'll have a mode, and this will be Jigo UI kit prevail, and then we have to pass the one that we are, and here we are going to define what we need to implement. So here we have group call, live streaming, one-on-one call, video conference, etc. So for this application, we are going to use the group call. So use this and hit save. Next, here we have this div, and here we are going to use the ref, and here we are going to pass the my meeting, and we do not need the text here. And then here we are going to pass the class name of width will be 100, so width will be full and height will be screen, and I'm going to hit save. Now what we need is we need to convert this into a client component. So we're going to use client. Now it's saved. Now let's go to our project and let's go to the localhost 3000 first, and then give this a room, and then click here to join. Now if I click here to join, you can see we're in the call page. So here you can turn on your video if you want, and you can turn off your video. You can turn on your microphone, and you can share your screen with others with Windows enter screen. And then you have this page where you can see who joined, and here you can send messages. So, and if I click here, it will give you a link that you can share with other people who wants to join. So for let's copy this, and then I'm going to create a new incognito window, and I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to change this name like my name, and click here to join. Now you can see we have two people, and let's copy this one again and go to another incognito window, and let's join again so that we have three people in our group call. Let's give this name like Naruto, and let's click here to join. Now you can see we have three people here. So this is the perfect group, and you can add more if you want. You can send messages like hi everyone, and everyone will see that. So let's go to our main one, and here you can see now we have this message hi everyone, and that's awesome. You can see how easily you can create a group call application using this ZEGOCLOUD. So this ZEGOCLOUD is very powerful tools when you want to create your communication features in your project. So now by using this, you can create different types of application feature in your project using this ZEGOCLOUD. I highly encourage you to use this ZEGOCLOUD to create some awesome communication feature in your portfolio projects. This is it for today. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel for more interesting web development content. Thanks for today.